Somewhere deep, far beyond the walls of your unconscious mind is where these stories come from. You're listening to Yarns from the Bog.
First, we meet a man named Derek. He's doing a stint upstate, but his story serves to remind us of more than just don't do the crime if you can't do the time. No. In his case, he teaches us to be very wary of anyone who tells you, "My neighbors like it cold." I'm writing this from Attica Correctional Facility, where I've been for the past 3 years. The psychiatrist says it'll help me to process what happened, but I know what I saw. I know what I heard, what I smelled. It was Friday, October 4th, when I moved into the duplex on Maple Street in Rochester. The house was set back from the road on 2 acres of land. The Victorian-style home had been converted into upper and lower units with a shared mudroom entrance. Towering maples surrounded the property, their leaves a sort of riot of orange and red. The beautiful upstate New York winters, they're brutal, but that fall was particularly nasty. Constant rain. Temperatures dropping well into the 30s. My first night there, I sat on my second-hand sofa, surrounded by moving boxes and listening to the wind whistle through the old windows. It was really the perfect weather for curling up with a book, cozy, hot cup of coffee. That's what I was thinking. And that was when I heard the footsteps above for the first time. Slow, methodical pacing. I met the Petersons the next day. They lived upstairs, Harold and Ruth, probably in their mid-70s. They brought down a casserole and introduced themselves as,
"Well, we're your Christian neighbors from above,"
with gentle laughs that seemed almost rehearsed.
"We're so blessed to have you here, Derek."
Her blue eyes never blinking.
"We'll keep an eye out for you."
Harold, the old man, I remember he added,
"Well, we believe the Lord brought you to us for a reason, son. We just been praying like the dickens for the right neighbor."
"Oh, that's thoughtful," I said, shifting very uncomfortably. "Where are you folks from?"
"Oh, we've always been here."
Something about her tone seemed very off.
43 years right here in this house. The previous tenants never seemed to stay too long.
They had different lifestyles.
The old man jumped in to explain, with his smile never leaving his face.
They just couldn't seem to adapt to our ways, but you seem a little different. Special. Where'd you say you were from?
Originally Pennsylvania, but I've been up here for...
Oh, perfect.
I'll never forget how she interrupted me, clasping her hands.
The cold won't bother you then. We do keep things a bit chilly upstairs. For preservation purposes, you understand.
That night, I heard their air conditioner kick on. Strange, given that it was maybe 35 degrees outside. I ignored it, but night after night, that steady hum continued. Sometimes at 3, I'd wake up shivering. I could feel the cold air seeping through my ceiling. After about a week, I'd say, of sleepless nights, I found myself at an all-night truck stop diner. The place was empty except for one cute waitress, Jenny, her name tag said, and maybe a couple of truckers at the counter.
Oh, rough night, hon?
Jenny asked me, pouring a cup of coffee. I know I must have looked terrible. I mumbled something. Neighbors. They keep their AC on full blast all night. It's freezing.
In this weather?
She raised her eyebrow, looking at me, and acknowledged that it was very strange, very weird. But I found myself rambling about the Petersons, the cold, the footsteps. Wasn't long before her smile grew increasingly uncomfortable, and when I mentioned the smell that was starting to seep through my ceiling, well, she awkwardly excused herself to check on other customers who didn't exist. Later that morning, I ran into Harold, getting his mail. Say, don't you folks get a little cold up there? Your AC's been running non-stop. He just smiled, that rehearsed smile.
Oh, Ruth and I like it cold. It helps us sleep better. The Lord provides warmth in other ways.
That was when I noticed his skin. Waxy, almost bluish. And he wasn't wearing a coat despite the freezing drizzle all around us. The next week, the smell got worse, and at first, just a faint metallic odor, like pennies. Then it became this sweet and rotten stench. I started hearing things, too. Dragging sounds across their floor at the oddest hours, and muffled thumps and voices. So many voices, having conversations that I couldn't make out. I could hear them, and...
Oh, it's just Bible study.
Ruth, yeah. When I asked about the voices, that's what she told me.
We host our church group sometimes.
I'd never seen anyone come or go from their house. Eventually, I called the police for a wellness check, and the officer came by. He went upstairs, and he just came back down looking at me like I was nuts, like something was wrong with me. They're fine, sir. Just a couple of elderly folk minding their business. He did admit that it was chilly up there when I asked him, but that was it. It was like walking into a freezer, and that was all he said. It's a little chilly. Well, I knew something was wrong. I started keeping a log. The AC never stopped, not once. Food delivery came daily, way too much for 2 elderly people. And the smell, my God. The stench was getting worse. And one night, I saw Ruth in her window, staring down at me. I stood around the corner of the house, and I don't think she saw me, but I could see her. She didn't move for hours. Just stood there, smiling that smile. Her skin as blue as Harold's. When I waved, she didn't wave back, just kept staring. I had to know. I waited until they left for Sunday church. And I broke in their back door. The cold smacked me like a wall. It had to be maybe 38 degrees up there. The smell was overwhelming, that sickly, sweet rot. The apartment, though, was immaculate, almost sterile. Family photos lined the walls, but something was off about them, because in every single picture, the Petersons looked exactly the same. Everything. Same clothes, same pose, same unblinking eyes. I followed the smell to their spare bedroom, and the door, of course, it was locked, but I gave it a gentle shoulder check and popped it open, and inside, the walls were lined with freezers. I mean the industrial size freezers. And though my hands were shaking, I opened the nearest one, and I saw something moving, the shape of something alive inside of there, squirming. And then, of course, that's when the Petersons came home early.
Oh, Derek.
She sounded so disappointed in me.
We told the Lord we could trust you.
I spun around and I stood there, staring at me. These creatures with blue skin, they weren't breathing, just staring with those smiles plastered on their faces. And behind them, shapes, human shapes moving in the shadows.
Now, son, we're just storing food for the church, for the rapture. We need to keep it cold, you see. The Lord's work requires preparation.
I ran as fast as I could. I called the police again. They found nothing up there but freezers full of frozen casseroles and church suppers. Hundreds of them. The Petersons showed them the church paperwork. Apparently, they were meal preparedness coordinators for some end times Christian group. But I know what I saw in those freezers. Bodies, blue and perfectly preserved bodies, smiling those same smiles, and they were moving. Of course, in court, I couldn't contain myself. When the Petersons testified, I screamed about how they weren't human and how they were storing bodies for the rapture. I may have knocked over the defense table, trying to get to them and make everyone see their unblinking eyes, blue skin. It wasn't there. It took 3 bailiffs to restrain me. The judge sent me here for treatment. Make me better. And the Petersons, they still live upstairs in that duplex. They still keep it cold, I'm sure. Still prepared for their rapture. Now, sometimes I sit here and I wonder if I just imagined it all, if my grief and isolation twisted my mind to where I saw monsters, where everyone else just saw a quirky, nice little old Christian couple. But you'll never convince me of that. I know what I saw. I know what I felt, what I heard. What has kept me up night after night, tormented me day after day, I know. And I'm sure if you need any convincing, if anyone hears me and needs some convincing, you can go visit them yourself. I'm sure they'll keep it nice and cool. Next, we meet a young songwriter whose friends and family have given up on him. But when he finds an old artifact in the woods, perhaps his luck could possibly change. I call this one Nickelwound. Satan gave me a taco and made me really sick. Chicken was alright, the grease was mighty thick. Rice. Oh, God. Avery, I know he's your boyfriend, but somebody's got to be honest with him. He can't play and he can't sing. Will you please? I mean, how many times? I've tried to tell him I'm his brother. He doesn't listen to me. But this is just embarrassing. Why does he do this?
Don't start, Rob. I know. He knows. I've told him. What do you think I'm doing? You think I'm telling him he's gonna be the next Bob Dylan? He's not. He knows he sucks. It's just be nice, okay?
Yeah, I don't know, Avery. I'm his father, and I've been telling him for years to hang it up. He knows there's no sugarcoating or dancing around this. He just refuses to stop. Dad's right. He doesn't even care about our opinion, Avery. You need to tell him, because he'll listen to you. He obviously doesn't care what we have to say.
I know. Alright, I'll talk to him when he's done.
Taco stand just to smell the smell. Cooking with the devil, frying down in hell. Thanks. Thanks.
Hey guys, what'd you think? The first time I ever played that one live, came out pretty good, huh? Babe?
Yeah, Dustin, we need to talk.
Talk? Talk about what, dude? That was rough. Why do you insist on embarrassing yourself like this? I just don't get it.
Shut up, Rob. You don't even do anything.
Come on, Rob. Okay, I thought it was serviceable.
Serviceable? Yeah, that's a nice way to put it.
What do you mean, Dad? You didn't like it? I mean, I thought it was good.
Well, son, I've got to agree with your brother and girlfriend here. What she's trying to say, your music, if this is your passion, you need to put in the work and actually get, good at it. This hobby of yours, it's starting to get a little sad to watch.
Broken, ego decimated, disgusted by their words, but disgusted more with himself. Dustin slings his guitar over his right shoulder and mopes away from his family, the only ones he can trust to be honest with him. But despite their feelings, he knows the passion that burns deep inside of him to express himself through his music, and he will be damned if they can take that away. For now, he takes the long way home. A walk through familiar woods, but today there's something under the leaves up ahead. Something he's never seen before.
Oh my God, what is this?
The strange, dark brown wooden box appears to have been resting in these woods, undisturbed for centuries. Strange markings engraved all over the top of it. Dustin brushes the dirt off and creaks open the lid. His eyes fall upon the object in the box, a dark black talisman, an amulet, something not of this realm. Unsure, Dustin reaches inside and picks up the object, which turns bright white in the palm of his hand. It begins to glow, and Dustin can feel an energy coursing through his body like he's never felt before. Something has a hold of him, and it's almost as if he can hear it. He can feel it. He takes the object and he jams it into his pocket. He turns to run, nearly tripping over the box, but he stumbles and catches himself. He knows something about this must remain a secret. He makes a beeline straight for home. Walks to his room and sits on the edge of his bed.
What in the hell is this thing?
If I was
a little more naive, I think I could make a wish. Screw it. What do I have to lose? Nobody likes anything I do anyway. Dear whoever may be listening to this, whatever this is, help me. I am coming to you for help. I need help. Please, I will give you anything, but help me. Help me write the best damn song anyone's ever heard. With his brash wish in mind, an artifact clutched in his palms, pressed against his heart, Dustin falls back on his bed and drifts off to sleep.
No. No.
Jolting upright, Dustin peels the sheets, sticking to the cold sweat seeping from his skin. He hasn't had night terror like this since he was a child, and even those pale in comparison.
What is this? Where am
This is not the room he fell asleep in. This room is breathing. The energy that coursed through his body in the woods is coursing through these walls, coming from the corner where his beloved guitar radiates, pulses, pulls him closer like a magnet until he sits down.
Okay, fine. What do you got?
Resting the guitar on his lap, he begins to pluck the chords, and they form themselves. The words shoot from his lips.
I think my gearbox gets jealous when I turn on the radio. I think my gearbox gets jealous and I'm letting them take control. I think my gearbox gets jealous when I'm getting stoned. Oh no, I think my gearbox.
By no means a masterpiece, but in Dustin's mind, the angels of heaven were shining down on him. This was the most beautiful song his ears had ever heard, and he wrote it.
I wrote it.
Gleaming with pride, excited beyond words, Dustin leaps up, grabs his guitar, and runs out the door to meet his family. To go show them all, once and for all, that he is the artist that he knows he is in his heart.
Guys, you gotta listen,
Dustin.
okay? I know what you're thinking,
What are we thinking?
but please, okay? I finally have done it. I can
What?
show you. Look, listen to me. Just please, will you just
Oh,
listen?
jeez, come
please,
on.
okay?
Dustin,
I know that it hasn't been the greatest. I know everything I do isn't the best, okay? I understand, but listen, I finally have something here, okay? Just listen to this.
I know I'm gonna die. Oh, Lord knows I've got to sleep. Baby, in the meantime, I'm gonna keep you by my side.
Oh, my
I'm gonna keep you
Dude,
right here with me.
Dustin. Bro, it's terrible. Stop, man. What? What are you talking about? It's perfection.
If that's
Are
perfection.
you out of your mind?
Dustin, where are you going? Filled with a level of rage rivaled only by the depths of his depression, Dustin races home. He takes his guitar, the precious object of his passion, and in one abrupt swing, cracks it over the side of his dresser. The back split. He drops to his knees and shoves the guitar into the corner.
I don't care. I don't care what they say. They don't know what they're talking about.
Slowly, Dustin begins to accept the terms of his fate. Slinking back against the edge of his bed, crumpled up on his own floor, staring at the now crippled instrument in the corner that called to him.
Hurt me, Dustin.
And in some form of rebellion, he has taken it upon himself now to swear off music for good. This was it.
Will do no
He's
such
done.
thing.
The guitar
Done
mocks him
when
in the
I
corner,
say you're done.
as if it's still breathing.
Belong to me, Dustin.
Now frustrated to the point of exhaustion, he lays back on his bed. Nightmares are better than this. Only this night is no nightmare. This night, the guitar is watching you. Watching as her tuning keys slowly unwind. She watches her 6 beautiful, now sentient tendrils spread from her body. Dead set on revenge, she watches as her silver minions go to work encasing the room, entwining the bed and wrapping around their former master, entangling him in the most beautiful nickel-wound web, granting their master what he always wanted, to be remembered as a true tortured artist.